Okay, folks, hi. We are now on page 3 of the Unit 3 test review. So let's look at question 5. So it says here, Jason makes 8 gallons of punch for his class picnic, and he serves some of the punch in 1-pint containers. He now has 12 pints of punch. That's after he's served all his punch. He's got 12 pints left. So we want to know, how many pints did Jason serve? Okay, so let's break this problem down. Since they want to know how many pints of punch that Jason served, we got to change everything to pints. So first of all, we've got to change this 8 gallons into pints to make it all, again, come out to be pints. So I have something here on my whiteboard. So I got the formula, and in case you forgot, good old GallonBot. I wrote the formula here for you, or the measurement conversion, I should say. So we have 1 gallon is equal to 8 pints. So if we have 8 gallons, we're going to go 8 gallons times 8 pints equals 64 total pints. Okay, but now, coming back to the problem, Jason served a bunch of pints. Well, he started out with 64 pints, as a matter of fact. And then he served some pints. But then after he was done serving, he was left with 12 pints of punch. So we're going to take the 64 pints that he started with, and take away the 12 he had left. And that will give you how much he served, right? So 64 take away 12. 4 take away 2 is 2. 6 take away 1 is 5. So Jason was left, he served, 52 pints. So go ahead. Let's write a nice sentence here for our solution. Oh, this one. Sorry, shuffling all these papers around. So Jason served 52 pints. Isn't that a nice sentence? Capital letter, period. Anyway, there we go. Jason served 52 pints. Okay, let's talk about Charlotte. And she correctly, it says, solves the division problem 680 divided by 8 using the area model. Well, so we don't even need to check her work. They already told us it's correct. So the question is, what is the quotient, or what's the answer, right, of 680 divided by 8? Well, we know that when we're using the area model, all we have to do is add our partial quotients. So it's 80 plus 5. So that is, the answer is 85. And what is the remainder? Well, as you can see, she landed here on 0, which means that there is no remainder. So the answer there is 0 with no remainder. So this one is pretty easy. Again, to find the answer for an area model, you've got to add the numbers on the top and then look for that remainder in that last square. Okay, question 7. All right. The community center has a rectangular back patio with a length of 20 feet and a width of 16 feet. That's their back patio. Then they decided to install a side patio. So the workers installed the rectangular side patio that was half the length and half the width of the back patio. What is the area of the side patio in square feet? Okay, so I drew a picture to help us with that. All right, oops, my marker. All right, so zoom it out. So here's the back patio. It was 16 by 20, and we don't need to know the area of that. But here's the side patio, and I kind of drew it just off to the side. Makes sense, right? It's off on the side patio. That was half the length and half the width. So half of 20 is 10. Half of 16 is 8. So now area equals length times width. So then all you have to do is go 10 times 8 to find the area. That equals 80. So the area of the side patio is 80. And again, to fill in these answers here on the grid, you want to zoom right into the bubbles, 8, 80, and then you color in the 8. and you color in the 0. There we go. Okay, Miles, let's look at number 8. Miles does house cleaning for 12 neighbors. He spends 95 minutes cleaning each house. How many minutes does Miles spend cleaning 12 houses? Well, for this one, again, we're just multiplying, right? Because if he has, let me zoom out, 12 neighbors, and it takes him 95 minutes at each neighbor. So we're just going 12 times 95, okay? So just going to do partial quotients for this. So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 10 is 50. 90 times 2. 90 times 2 is 180. 90 times 10. So 9 times 1 is 9. 2 zeros is 900. Again, making sure your digits are all lined up correctly. And you add your partial products. 0. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 5 is 14. Carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. So 1,140. So Miles spends 1,140 minutes cleaning his neighbors' houses. Okay. Bree uses an area model and partial quotients to find 2,620 divided by 6 as shown on the right. So this is kind of weird because they didn't do the whole model, but they did part of it, and I'm not sure why they did that, but we'll just go through what they gave us. So Bree says the quotient is 411 because 400 plus 3 plus 8 is 411. And that on the surface is correct, right? 400 plus 3 plus 8 is 411. But what mistake did she make? So let's go through each of these and see if that's where she made the mistake. So Bree breaks 2,628 apart correctly. Well, we don't really see that. I'm going to say that's not it. Let's look at B. Bree writes the incorrect partial quotient above 180. Oh, yeah, let's look. So she put 3 above 180. So 3 times 6 is not 180. So this, my friends, is incorrect. It should be 30, because 30 times 6 is 180. So that, my friends, is where Bree made the mistake. And so I would ignore C and D because, first of all, we don't even see them here. So that doesn't make sense to me. But that, my friends, let's look at B. Yeah, that's where she made a mistake because it should have been 30.